Hello, welcome to my channel. Victoria here. Happy New Year. Thank God who has helped you, enabled you go through the past year and cross over to 2024. I'm glad to have you on this channel. And our very first video is going to be this baby hat with these ear flaps. You know how newborns have to keep their ears warm. I have a friend who is expecting so soon, so I thought I can make for them this and also share a tutorial with you so we can work this along. It's an easy tutorial as long as you know how to do short rows, that is working in the holding position. So it's as easy as that. This is a small one, it's for a newborn. It's a newborn hat, but you can use the measurements, or you can use the explanation I'm going to give you to make for an adult. So whichever needles you pull out, you have to measure them in quarters, like divide it by 4. So for this particular one, I'll pull out 40, so meaning those are 80 needles, and then I'll divide them into 4, meaning I'll have 20, 20, 20, 20. Now the last 20s, I'm going to just have 10 of them, and then I'll leave the rest in 20s. If you can see here, this is a bundle of 10, and this is a bundle of 10 at the edge. Here I have 20, here I have 20, and here I have 20. So if I wanted to be, if it's an adult, so maybe you just have to divide, get a calculator, put your number of rows, maybe 140, that is 70, and divide it into 4 times, and then the last 2 of that batch of whichever needles you've gotten, you divide it into 2, and those are the last needles that you pull out at the end. I hope you get it. So the middle ones in the 3s are of the same side, the same number of needles, and the last one are divided into 2. That is the way I can easily explain it to you. I hope you really get it. But with this particular one, you first pull out all the needles, because I'm doing 40, so that is a total number of 80 needles. Because this is a newborn, the head is so small, so after pulling out all your needles, because I'm not doing any ribbing, you can tell from this there's no ribbing of one by one or what, it's just all through. So you just pull out all your needles into the working position, that is position E, and then you cast on all of them, cast on all the needles. If you're here for the very first time, thank you so much for coming by. Consider to be a part of this community by subscribing and hitting the notification bell, so that whenever I upload a new video, you are aware and you get notified. And then also, if you like this video, by the time it ends, please give it a thumbs up. It is an easy one. Yes, give it a thumbs up, and you give me your comments in the comment section below. So I'm working in tension 8 all through. I'm not changing my tension. So I'll knit 1 row across. However, I'm not considering this row. It's just the beginning one. And then you put up your comb, and then knit 20 rows. Well, I'm using a brother knitting machine. It is the small, it's a KH 836, so it's a brother knitting machine for this particular one. Okay, so I've knitted 20 rows, and my carriage is this side, so I'm going to push my button, the one for holding position, this right here. I just push it into position for holding, because right now what we are going to do is we are going to shape the ear flaps. These Now, with my carriage on the right, these needles are going to be in holding position. Now, I'll just be working with the needles, 30 needles on the side of the carriage. So right from needle point 10, I'll pull all these needles to holding position, because I'm not working with these, but I'm going to work with these ones. So after pulling these ones, remember my button is in holding position, I'll knit one row, and then I'll also pull these needles right from needle point 30. I think I exceeded by one, so I just push this one back. Then I pull from 30, because those would be 10 rows. So these are 10, these are 20. Okay, so what I'll be doing with whenever my carriage is at this side, I'll push a needle to the front, because now we are going to do decreases. So I'll push the needle where the carriage is to the front. At this point, you will need your clothes so that your work doesn't come off. There's a tendency of it jumping out, so you just knit across, and then you push this to the holding position where the carriage is. It's where I push to. Go this side, push, go this side and push. So you do that as you keep moving your clothes so that your work doesn't jump off the needles. Have I pushed? Yes. Come this side, push. Come this side, push. Come this side and push to the front. And then I'll move my clothes. I hope you can. I've tried to move my camera so that you have a closer look. This one is trying to jump out. I have to push it back and then knit it. And then I move my clothes. So here I'll need one claw. So I'll do that until I only have one needle remaining. Then from there, I'll just push the needle opposite the carriage. My carriage is on the right, so I'll push back the needle opposite the carriage, and then the one next to the carriage, I pass it under and over the rest. So you see this one has knitted, so this one I push it back, and then the one where the carriage is under and over, the same way that I work on socks if you've watched my tutorials. So this one, push it, the one opposite the carriage, push it halfway so that it's in the position D, and then the one under and over the rest. Just like that until you have reached the point where we began from, of having 20 needles in the middle. So you just keep passing one over the rest, and then the other one, push it back. After one row. So I have one needle to go. So this one I'll push it here, and then do this, push this here, and then do this, and come this side. Now at this point I want to knit all this, so I'll push all of them back so that when I come I'll just knit all across. And that, then I'll remove my button from holding position and then knit one row across. Like that. So we have one flap done. This is a bit stuck here. Okay. So we have one ear flap done. So we are going to work on this one. Remember the other time we began when our carriage was on the left. So now our carriage is on the right. And remember to push the needles into holding position. And then you select your 30 needles. And those ones opposite the carriage, you push them to the front. Let me switch my camera to the other side. I've repositioned. I have changed my camera. I hope you can see here now. So we are working on the other side of the ear flap. We finished this one on the left side of where it's facing me. Now we are going to work on the one for the right side, and we are going to do the same. You leave 30 needles this side, put your carriage in holding position, and you knit one row across. So after this you push 10 needles to the front, because we are going to be shaping our ear flap in these ones. So with that done, we are going to still do the same way we did the other way, and you just push one needle to the front and then you knit across. Where the carriage goes, it's where you knit from, knit across. Remember to hang your clothes before your work jumps out. I can keep with one claw at this point. Now I have one needle remaining. So now I have one needle remaining after the decreases, so I'll just do the same way we did here. You push one back opposite the carriage and then the other one over the rest and then over the rest. So you push this back, this one over and above. So that is the last decrease. I was supposed to actually knit all of them at once, though I forgot, but I'll do that manually. Because when you have that last knit, you remove your button from holding position and then you knit one more and it will knit all these needles across. And then after you go all the way across, so we have both ear flaps done. Now I'm going to knit 20 because it's the 20 rows that are knitted here at first. So I'm going to knit 20 rows. So after this, you just pick up your stitches from the very first one that you knitted and you join it to make your band, a complete band. Just pick up the very last stitch and then you just join it up to the last one you've knitted and you create your band. Yes, if you've so far watched to this far, because you're coming to the close of the video and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. You can check out all my other tutorials, very easy tutorials to follow up. If you are a beginner, I have beginner tutorials, quite so easy. And in case you want to do any physical training with me or online training, just hit me up on my WhatsApp. I'll get back to you and then we'll see how we can discuss all the modalities that are required. I can do online training, I can do physical training, and the physical training is basically for those who can come to my workshop I'm located in Uganda, in Chisasi. Yes, so if you can make it, I'd be able to take it. So here you can see our ear flaps are done. You take your row counter back to 00, and we are going to knit um, 55 rows straight up. So that is 55. Now you increase your tension to 10 and knit one row. We are going to cast off using the yarn needle. You leave a long tail and then you feed in your yarn needle, and then you pick up your stitches all at once using the yarn needle. This is different from the usual casting off. Well, after all this, we'll have to knit an I-cord, 2 I-cords of the same length, because if you can see from the hat I showed you, there are I-cords, long strings that we used, that can be tied around the baby's, down below the baby's chin, around the neck, so that it holds down. So you will need 2 I-cords. I have a tutorial for how to knit that string, that I-cord. I'll just leave a link in the description below, or you can check out my videos. You will see it on how to knit an I-cord, and you'll be good to go. In case you want to add a pom-pom at the top, I also have a tutorial of how to make a pom-pom using a cardboard. You can just check it out as well, and you just add a pom-pom at the top so that you are well to design your baby hat. I think I will add this one, a pom-pom on top of this, and then the red one will not have a pom-pom. So after that, you pull them all together. And then what we are going to do is to just join it all up using the blind stitch method. So I'm going to join this all up to this end, and I return when I have already done these are the I-cords. You can see, just make some good strings. Here I used 4 needles, and the seam will just be at the back, and this will be the front. If you want, you can just add something here, whatever you used to add. I have a tutorial for you for doing embroidery on a knitted item, so you can just embroider something here later or anything. I'll see what to do, either leave it plain or just add something. All right, I'll show you when I'm back and I've done this joining up and the strings. So after knitting the I cord, I just sewed it up at the very edge. Remember that one needle that we left? So you just sew it up there so that it gets attached to the heart. So when the baby is putting it on, it's holding them well around the neck. So that is how the hat has turned out to be. I'll add up a pom-pom and yeah, just to give it another look. This is the back part. You can see these two. This is the back part and this is the front part. And yes, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, a good like, yes, like this one. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. And I'll see you next time. Happy New Year. Bye bye.